So one of the questions that we really thought about is how do we help educators become aware of a student's translanguaging space? And in doing that, we also developed a unit on translanguaging classroom community development and translanguaging spaces and how we use assessment to then support a child's content and linguistic development.
I'm Gladys Aponte. I am a fourth grade dual language teacher in Jackson Heights, Queens, and I'll be talking about how to promote a culture in the classroom in which students feel comfortable translanguaging at deliberate times. And I'll be speaking about the translanguaging space, not necessarily the personal space that the student has around him, but the classroom space in which we deliberately all are free to translanguage. And how I am authentic with students, how it's important to be authentic with students and explain why we should translanguage and what benefits we get from translanguaging, how translanguaging is natural, and how the teacher can benefit from their translanguaging so that we can assess them. So in order to do all of that, you need to build a community in which students feel free to really express themselves regardless of the language they're using. And Tim will be talking about how we use assessment then when students feel comfortable enough to translanguage.
Hi, I'm Tim Becker. I'm also a fourth grade dual language teacher in Inwood, Manhattan. Like Gladys said, I'm talking about how once the children feel comfortable sharing all of their content knowledge in both languages, we can get a fuller picture of them, and we can assess exactly what content knowledge they know without regard to language, and we can assess which language structures they're using to express that, and then we can help them develop whatever learning they're still working on. So either developing additional language structures or developing additional content knowledge based on what we see them doing at the beginning of the unit.
So we hope you enjoyed this webinar. Thank you for joining us.
Gracias.
Hasta luego.